Hello everyone, welcome back to another day in the 100 days graphic design challenge. Okay, so today I'm going to be using this 1024 by 1300 pixels. Okay, so I'm just going to click create. So this is what we have. The next thing I'm going to do is to bring in my resources very quickly. I head over to my downloads and I'll just drag it into my Photoshop. Okay, enter, enter, enter. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to close up the eyes of this one, and then I'll bring this downwards. I'll click on this and I'll add a solid color. I'll leave it as black. I'll hit enter. So I have something like this. The next thing I'm going to do is to click on this and I'll adjust it. Okay, so I hold my shift and drag. I'll hold my shift and drag this way, and then I'll also drag it up. This time around I'm not holding my shift. Okay, so I'm just going to hit enter. So we have something like this. I'm just going to click on this and I will change it to linear dodge. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to open up the eyes of this image. Okay, so I have this image above. I'm just going to bring it this way, and then I'll create this. I'll click here and then I'm just going to erase the edges. Okay, like this. So after I'm done erasing the edges, I'm just going to adjust this. Okay, this way. Okay, I'll hit enter and I'm just going to change this to screen. Okay, so I'll just click here. I'll change the opacity to screen. So I have something like this. Okay, I'll just adjust this a bit. So after I'm done adjusting this image, the next thing I'm going to do is to open up the eyes of this one. I'll just duplicate this, Ctrl J, and I'll close up one. And then for this one, I'm going to change this. I'm going to be using overlay for it. Okay, and then I'm just going to erase the edges. So I click here and I'll use my brush tool to erase. Okay, so I'm just erasing the edges this way. So I have something like this. I'm just going to increase this a little bit, not too much. Okay, so I'll just hit enter. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this one beneath and I'll open up the eyes. Okay, then I'll change this color to linear dodge and I'll just drag this down like this. Okay, so I'm just going to place it here. I'll hit enter and I will also erase the edges. Okay, these edges, as you can see. So I'm just going to erase it like this. Now after I'm done with that, the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm just going to create a new layer, and then I head over to this place. I'll right click and I'll click gradient tool. I'll make sure it's in black and here the opacity is 0. Okay, so I'm just going to drag on my new layer. So I'll just drag it like this. Okay, so I have something like this. I'll just take it beneath this and then I'm going to type my text. I'm just going to click on this one beneath and I'll adjust it holding my shift key. I'll just adjust it this way and I'll bring it beneath this. Okay, then I'll just type my text. I'm just going to say games night. Okay, So I'm using the font named Dodger. Okay, I'll just zoom in. So I place this here and I'll increase this. Then I'm just going to add effects to this image. It's either I double click here, double click like this, okay, or I head over to this place and click here and click one of these particular effects I want to add. So the first thing I'm going to click is this. Okay, if I click it, you see how it is. If I click on this bevel and emboss. Okay, so I have this to be outer bevel and I have this to be smooth. See my depth. Okay, if I click up, you see how it looks. If I click down, see how it looks. So I have my size here. If I increase the size like this, you see how it looks. If I reduce the size, you see how it looks. So I'll just leave it at where it was. And then I have softening to be this. I have my angle -140, and I have opacity to be this, and the shadow as well. So after I'm done adding that, I'm just going to add stroke. So I'll click on this. Okay, so this is my stroke. I have this color to be ash. Okay, I'm using CCC. Okay, and then I have it this way. Now next thing I'm also going to do to add is a gradient overlay. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this. I'm using this. Okay, and then for this one I'm using a dark yellow. Okay, and I'm just going to hit OK. And the last thing I'm going to add is a drop shadow. Okay, although it's not that visible, maybe if I close up the eyes. Okay, now you can also look from here to see what you're doing. You can also look from here. So you can see if I click here, it removes this. You can also view it from here. So after I'm done adjusting my text, I'm just going to hit OK. So I have something like this. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to hold my Alt and I'll drag it this way, and then I'm just going to type NIGHT. Okay, so I have something like this. Next thing I'm going to do after I'm done with adding all this, I'm just going to add some text beneath this image. But before that, I'm just going to adjust this so that there will be space for me to add my text. Okay, so I'll just click this, shift this, and then together with my text, Ctrl T, and then I'll just pick it up. Okay, then I'm going to hit enter. Okay, so I'm just going to pick this up a little bit more so that I can add what I want to add in it. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this. I just click Ctrl J so that it will be darker, and then I'm going to add what I want to add. I'll do that very quickly. First thing I want to add is a rectangle, so I'll just zoom in. Okay, rectangle here. I'll adjust this, not too much. So I have something like this. I'm just going to bring in a tiny rectangle here. Okay, so I'll just type my text very quickly. Okay, change this to 0, and I'll bring this in here and I'll reduce it. Hold my Alt, drag, holding my Shift. Okay, I'll type my text here as well. I'll double click. So I'll just change this to 2.5. Okay, and then I'll reduce this to 9. And after that, I'm going to write another text here on the other side. Okay, I'll change this color. I'll just click on this and I'll pick it up. Okay, so I'll just copy the color code, and I'll change this font to Mozambique. Okay, I'm using regular. I'll just drop this here, and then I'll take it this way. Then I'll hold my Alt and drag holding my Shift to this other side. Okay, I'll change this font. Okay, then I'm just going to write the list of games that will be played. So I'll just drag this, I'll drop this here, and I'll type my text. So I'll just adjust this text, okay, this way. And then as you can see, there are some spaces in the middle. Okay, so I added something in the middle, but this particular font does not have that, so I'm going to be using medium. Okay, same thing here, medium. I'm going to be using Poppins, medium. Okay, okay, so this is what I have. I'll just change this color. I'll paste the color code that I copied earlier, enter. And the last thing I'm going to do, I'll draw another rectangle here. Okay, and I'll give it this. I'll remove this. Okay, then I'll give it a white stroke. Okay, take this to 2.5 rather. Okay, change this to 9. Okay, and I have something like this, so I'm just going to type in my text here. Okay, I'll click one of these and I'll just hold my Alt and drag it this way, and I'll double click on it and I'll edit it. Okay, so I have something like this. I'll just adjust it. Okay, enter. Then I'll click on this and I'll change the color, Ctrl V, enter. Okay, we have to change this to white. Let's see how white looks. Okay, not bad. I'll just leave it at white. Okay, so after I'm done adjusting all this, I'm just going to hit Shift Ctrl Alt E to screenshot. Then I head over to my filter and then I click camera raw filter to edit. Okay, so we have this. I'm just going to adjust this. Okay, so after I'm done adjusting, I'm just going to hit okay. So we have something like this. Okay, you can see it. This is it. Then I'm just going to hit Shift Ctrl S to save. Okay, I'll just name it as Games Night. Okay, so with that, we have come to the end of today's design. Please do like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in our next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.